Hello, everyone. For those of you on the replay, I want to remind you that you can still share this as long as the replay is available. So if you've watched it or going back to watch it, you can always go ahead and share and give comments. And also, for those of you who are jumping on, hopefully, oh, I missed you too. You've been gone, Chris. Thanks for coming back. It's good to see you. Hello, Joyce. Yeah, for those of you who missed yesterday's scope, I talked a lot about some protocol, some etiquette to go through when you are watching scopes. And one of the things that I forgot to mention yesterday, and I'm going to get it up on the website, so I'll let you know as soon as it's up there because I think it was so important. But one of the things that I forgot to mention was that if you're commenting and engaging on scopes, people who are watching the replay are still taking note of what's going on. So they can still hit, the tap on your comments and they can look at you and follow you. Hello, Diane from Dallas. Thank you for joining. Guys, as you come on, let me know first name and where you're from. We've got new people. Chris, introduce yourself. Joyce, introduce yourself. We've got new people, so it's always wise when you jump on to give us your name, where you're from. It's not for my benefit. I know where you guys are from. It's for the people in the rest of the room. Hello, Alvin from NYC. Thank you for jumping on today. I'm going to give it just a minute. Hi, Gary. First scope. Last night you did it, Diane. Oh, I need to go check it out. I'll go check it out. How did it go? I'm so excited for you. I'll have to go check out your replay. So yes, Chris is one of my regulars there. I haven't seen him for a while, so I hope everything is well, Chris. Yesterday was a little bit of a training thing my hair is really tall today. You know, sometimes I just realize it's noon right when it's noon, and then I jump on and then it's like, oh, forgot to check a mirror before I got on there. Sorry about that. Anyway, yesterday was kind of a training day, but this one is strictly a motivational thing today. In the title, let me back up for a second. Thank you, Joyce. Anybody new here who hasn't been on one of my scopes before? Please let me know. Give me a yes, me, thumbs up, something. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, well, I'm going to be putting some of those scopes back up on my website, so I'll keep you posted on that. If there's anybody new, let me know. Great. Good to hear it, Diane. I'm going to go check it out. My name is Katherine Keller. I work with home-based business owners, small business entrepreneurs, direct sellers, network marketers in branding authentically online, so social media, newsletters, websites. And today I want to talk about a hot topic pet peeve of mine, which is losing our authenticity. And you guys have heard me talk about that, losing authenticity when it comes to marketing. For a lot of you in the direct sales network marketing, your products are the same as hundreds of thousands of other people out there. You have hundreds of thousands of people selling the exact same products that you are selling. So the only thing that's going to set you apart is authenticity. If I could beat that into people's heads, I actually physically would beat that into their heads, because authenticity, no matter what industry you're in, no matter what business you have, service you have, is a huge marketing element. But in particular in that industry, direct sales, multi-level marketing, network marketing, you have got to be authentic in order to set yourself apart. So I know we talk about it a lot, but the reason is because so many of the people that I work with are focused on the competition. I think we need to keep an eye on the competition and learn from them, but not focus on the competition in order to necessarily try to emulate them, which is the problem that we run into. So-and-so is doing XYZ in their marketing. That's great for so-and-so. If I hear that one more time, though, I might vomit, because that's so-and-so, and that works for so-and-so, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for you. One of the problems that I run into with working with home-based business owners, and yes, I'm pointing my finger at you guys, one of the problems that I run into is you want step by step, exactly how to get from A to B. And you know what? I can give you lots of advice. I can show you exactly how other people have done it. I can show you exactly, yes, you, Joyce. No, not you, Joyce. I can show you exactly what other people have done. I can show you exactly what I have done. I can give you the best tips, tricks, trends, but I cannot give you a step-by-step in your marketing because I am not you. Nobody else is you. So trying to emulate so-and-so is only going to lead to frustration and disaster. It's exhausting to try to be somebody else. And that includes in your marketing. So you'll never ever, I use this quote 1,000 times. I use this quote all the time. There's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. There's 1,000 ways for you to be successful. There's 1,000 ways for you to market on social media and newsletters and websites. So thank you, Joyce, for typing that up there. So there is no exact step. My Periscope students, I'm giving them all the tips, tricks, trends that I know to blow up their Periscope following to be successful on Periscope. But I can't sit in that spot in front of them to bring the authenticity to the table. That is up to them. And it's the same across any social media platforms. I could tell you the best tips and tricks on Facebook or on Twitter, but you are the one that has to bring that authenticity in delivering the content. So I used to think when I was starting off in my business and I was in a very, very dark place, there was no self-confidence there at all. And I used to look at the people who I wanted to be like, the people that I wanted to emulate. And I thought, I could never be them. I could never be them. And I know that that probably, maybe not necessarily in the business world, but I think in certain aspects, maybe as parents, as a mother, as a father, we look at other parents, we think, I can never be that great. I can never do that. Or business world. And I think that those things tend to cross our brains. But let me tell you what has happened to me over the years. What I've realized, because I've preached, and I'm going to use the word preached, I've preached about authenticity for so many years now, that what I've realized is that you guys can't ever be me. I can never be them, but you can never be me. I could teach you every single thing I know. You could dye your hair to look like mine. Chris, you could put on the same clothes and earrings as I do. I'm just teasing. I'm picking on Chris. I think he's the only man in the room. But you'll never be me. You'll never be me. And when you walk into your business and in your life, it's not arrogance. It's not arrogance. It's self-confidence. And it's knowing that there's authenticity that you bring to the table that nobody else can bring to the table. When you walk in with that, there's no marketing budget that could replace that sort of attitude. I'm going to call it an attitude. When you walk into the room, I'll take your eyebrows. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll give you the eyebrows. I'll give you the eyebrows. All right. So here's the quote of the day. And I put this on my Instagram account this morning. So there's a really pretty little picture that goes along with this quote. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see it over there. Comparison is an act of violence against the self. Whew, that's one of those moments. I love those quotes I love those quotes. Comparison is an act of violence against the self. That's from Ilana von Zandt, I think is how she pronounces that last name. Ilana von Zandt. Comparison is an act of violence against the self. So, one of the other things she said is that normal is exhausting. That's what I put in the title. Being normal is exhausting. Try to keep up with, thank you, Joyce. Thank you for putting that up there. Thank you, Diane. Normal is exhausting. to try to keep up with the neighbors, the grass is greener on the other side kind of mentality. It's exhausting to be normal. So what if instead of normal, we worked on authenticity? She asked these questions. I'm going to read them slowly. I want you guys to take a moment and really think about these. What if, okay, these are the questions. How do you feel today? Share that with somebody. What do you need today? Share that with somebody. What do you know today? Share that with somebody. What do you need to know today? Share that with somebody. That is being authentic. I'm going to read through those one more time. How do you feel today? You need to share that with somebody. That's being authentic. What do you need today? That's a big one for me. I don't ask. I don't ask when I need things because I want to put up this front. You are good, Joyce. I want to put up this front that I don't need anybody or need anything. And I keep it all inside. What do you need today? Share that with somebody. What do you know today? What can you share with people on Periscope, with your neighbors? What words of wisdom or encouragement do you know today that you can share with somebody? And what do you need to know today? Ask somebody. Be who you are and share that with the world. Because yes, she is. Because trying to act normal is exhausting, you guys. And not to mention, that's impressive. Not to mention, it's not going to get you anywhere in your business. The learning to be authentic, I think, is the journey of being an entrepreneur. It's learning how to follow your gut. It's learning how to say no when you need to say no. It's learning how to say yes when you need to say yes. And all of those things come through the filter of being authentic with ourselves, because we can look at exactly what other people did, and that doesn't mean that that's the path for us. I want to read a quote. I've read this before. It's out of this book I absolutely love called Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. If you fake somebody into your business, they won't stay long. Amen. Because they'll figure it out, right? That's one of the things that I was talking about. See, now I'm getting all my days and stuff confused. This might have been on my Periscope training with my students last night, but I think it was. And I talked about men are separated from the boys, women are separated from the girls when it's on Periscope, because you can keep up, no, maybe that was on a scope. You can keep up a front for 15 minutes. And you can maybe keep up a front for 30 minutes. But what happens day after day after day after day of being on Periscope? They're going to figure you out. They're going to know if it's authentic or not. And they're going to not stick around if it's not. There's no way to hide in Periscope. That's the point. There's no way to hide in Periscope. So let me explain this. I just read the word explain. Let me read this real quick from, again, you guys want to take a screenshot of this. I highly, highly recommend this book. Sheryl Sandberg is the COO of Facebook, one of the few female COOs for a Fortune 500 company, and I love her authenticity in this book. And don't forget, guys, you can now take a screenshot and tweet that when it comes to Periscope. So if you take that screenshot, yep, you can share it on Twitter. Okay, so let me read this little paragraph. Many people, especially women, but not just women, feel fraudulent when they are praised for their accomplishments. Instead of feeling worthy of recognition, they feel undeserving and guilty, as if a mistake has been made. Despite being high achievers, even experts in their fields, women can't seem to shake the sense that it's only a matter of time until they are found out for who they really are, imposters with limited skills or abilities. I know that that has rung true for me, this sort of like we're putting up a front, somebody's going to figure me out type of situation. That is one of the most powerful paragraphs in this book. But it is an exceptional book, I think, for male or female to read, because it's talking about, yes, I'm reading your mind, Joyce, because I think we've all been there. If we've, and not maybe in particular in the business world, maybe as mothers, as daughters, as sisters, as friends, we've all had that feeling of not being enough. And we have that imposter mentality, like somebody's going to discover us. So I'm going to read that. If you guys need to go, I'm going to go ahead and read this one more time. Many people, especially women, feel fraudulent when they are praised for their accomplishments. Instead of feeling worthy of recognition, they feel undeserving and guilty, as if a mistake had been made. Despite being high achievers, even experts in their fields, women can't seem to shake the sense that it's only a matter of time until they are found out for who they really are, imposters with limited skills or abilities. So if you guys joined in late, go back and check out the replay, because we talked about a few different quotes and thoughts about authentic marketing. Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. Awesome, awesome book. You definitely check that out. Do you guys have any questions or thoughts for me today? I like to get the little gold nuggets out of the way at the beginning so that if people need to leave, they can go ahead and go. But if you guys have any questions, I have a few minutes. I got to tell you, you guys have not been through an October with me yet. I am from St. Louis, so that means that October is all about baseball. And I'm sure you've heard about me and my friends who are all Cardinals fans. We don't joke around. So today is a Cardinals kind of day. But so that's what the kids and I have going on tonight. What do you guys have going on? What can I answer for you today? It's quiet in the house. Oh, and reminder, looking for the key. Next new thing. You mean as far as a new business opportunity, or next new thing as far as marketing, or I think that, yeah, I'm going to need some more on that, Joyce. Before I forget, on my website, katherinekeller.net, go click on the Periscope in the menu bar. You have a Periscope challenge starting next month. Marketing is succeeding. Let me come back. Periscope challenge. There's a daily challenge. You don't have to do every day. The rules are completely up to you. It's just to get your juices flowing on how to on different scope types and different scope topics. So again, it's katherinekeller.net. Click on Periscope in the menu bar, and it is the Periscope challenge. You can download that PDF and join in with us on the days you want to. If you want to do all 31 days, then go for it. Go crazy. Marketing and succeeding, you're always looking for the next big thing. And my step back, well, I think that that's a conversation we probably need to have, Joyce, on one-on-one, because one of the nice things, I think I have it here, so I'm not looking so much anymore. And it goes back to your why. I think we've been talking about why for a while. Why do you want to do what you want to do? And finding that focus, if I'm understanding your question correctly. But looking for the next big thing that's just going to blow up your business, like you wake up one day and it's just rocking and rolling, it doesn't happen. Even the people, I will tell you this, and anybody who's been successful will tell you this, it never happens overnight. Even for those that it seems it happens overnight, it never happens overnight. It's one of those things where you've got to learn, and you've got to have failures, and you've got to have experience. Now you may join, yes, Shalene, she's amazing. She is an amazing woman, but she's been through business failures, a lot of business failures. But then you might hit that one stride that one day and it's going to take off. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a lot of tears that went in behind that we didn't get to see. And that's true for all, the success across the board. It's a matter of, you've got those, we're comparing our day-to-day lives to somebody else's highlights reel. So most people I know are frightened of failing. One of the things that quotes that I love is, what would you try if you knew you could not fail? What would you do if you knew you could not fail? I think that one of the things about being an entrepreneur that you can either be petrified of or you could really embrace and enjoy it as an adventure is the fact that it is an adventure. It's like going exploring through the woods, not knowing where you're going. You don't have a map. You are just going to see what you can discover. And one of the times you're going to walk up on a beautiful waterfall that you didn't even know was there. It's sort of that adventure mentality. Or pushing yourself. I think it becomes a competition with your own self. You know, okay, I've achieved this, or I've taken this step, even if it's a little step, even if it's just getting a website up. That's a big deal for some people. So I've taken that step. Now, how far can I push myself? We had a scope about that. What did we talk about? What was the quote on that scope about pushing ourselves further? I can't remember, but it was basically along those lines. What would you do today if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you try for if you knew you couldn't fail? Failure, we've talked about this a lot, is what can either paralyze you or push you forward. It depends on how you look at, not failure. Fear can either paralyze you or push you forward. It just depends on how you want to look at it. So for me, there are days where I've had fear, where it's kept me from doing things. But if you can turn it around to fear of staying where you're at, fear of never reaching your goals, fear of never seeing what your full potential is, fear of sitting on the front porch at 90 years old and thinking, I should have. Those would be fearful words to say when you're sitting on the front porch at 90 something years old. So if you could get that fear in your gut, that'll fire you forward. Have a great day. Thank you for jumping on. So I don't even remember what we were talking about. We went down a rabbit hole, but I'm back. What else do you have for me? I hope I answered somebody's question. Somebody had a question. Anybody else have a question? The fear factor, yeah. 2 jobs, but tomorrow I'm giving notice to one. That's huge, Chris. That is huge. One of my other gals this weekend in the UK was putting in her notice, and her last day is today, actually. She's going to start running her own business. So it's a week for putting in our notices. Congratulations. That's a huge, huge step. Anybody else? I've got to go check out Diane's first scope that she did last night, so I'm excited about that. Don't forget we're starting tomorrow. Tomorrow's October 1st already. Can you believe it? With your scope challenge. And I think that's all the news I have for right now. Would love to do one-on-one. How do I do that? You know what, Joyce? You can contact me through our Facebook group that we have for our class. Or you can also go to my website, katherinekeller.net, and on the connect button in the menu bar, you can send a whole email there as well. So either way. Or you know what? You can send me a private message on Facebook as well to my personal account, because you have access to that through the student Facebook group. So anything else, you guys? Any other topics or questions that you have? Yes, ma'am. No problem. Because otherwise, I'm going to skedaddle. I'm going to go get some stuff done, and then it is the first fallish looking day we've had, so my daughter and I are going to bake some pumpkin muffins today, because that's what we do when the weather turns cold. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for jumping on today, and I will see you tomorrow at noon, if not sooner. Oh, is there something else, Joyce? Joyce? Is that O as in ooh, like pumpkin muffins, or oh, I had an idea. I need to talk to you about it. I'm not sure which one that was. Thank you, Chris, for being on. Keep me posted. Oh, okay, about baking, good. Keep me posted on how it's going with your going down to 1 job. Let me know. I want to keep posted on all of that. All right, guys, have a great day. Talk to you soon.